Listen to me. All that negative energy that you put in the air, take it out right now.
Carr across the middle finds Renfro. They get out of there, and the ball comes. They got me down.
I mean, when you look at it, it's just absolutely stacked.
Back up! Back up! Waller across.
Take a seat.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Mullen.
The boy grows up.
Snap good, hold good, and victory in overtime for the Raiders.
Yo, what it do, Raider Nation for life, what it do, it's your boy Dirty, man. Chilling, man, chilling. Just came through for a real quick show, man. I'm not going to hold y'all all night. I know it's late. I'm already late getting into here. But, 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. The fact that you allow us to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated, more than I can verbally express. And let's just jump right into it real quick, man. So with the 6th pick in the 2025 draft, the Las Vegas Raiders selected Ashton Jeanty. Cool. No problem. You know what I mean? What to do, everybody? Sacktown Mike, Brian Rodriguez, Ja, my guy, Anthony Estrada, what it do? Alfredo, what it is? RDF, what's good with you, man? Blessings to you. Who else did I see in the building? D Menace, what's good with you, Birdie? Blessings to you, man. You know what I mean? LA, what's good with you, man? Blessings to you. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling good. Hope all is good, man. So I'm gonna say this. I like the pick. I actually called the pick back around week 3. I said this was somebody that the Raiders had to get. Now, I've also said that I wanted an offensive lineman. You know what I mean? I also said I wanted Shedeur. So with this pick, the great thing about the great thing about this pick is the Raiders went out and actually got a position of need. They got a position of need. And they pulled the trigger on the best running back in the draft, which is really high praise considering what we've done in the past couple of drafts, excluding drafting Bowers, right? So, I'll give them kudos on that. Now, in order for this to be a knock it out the park pick, and I'm just going to be honest about this, you still gotta get a lineman. At some point in time in this draft, you still got to get a lineman to go out there and who can compete and could possibly bring us more in the future, right? So the pick is a great pick. I'm not mad at the pick. Love the pick. It's actually somebody that I said the Raiders needed before anybody even knew about who Ashton Jeanty was. Nobody was talking about him, but nobody was talking about drafts either. But, I had brought it up that this was a guy that the Raiders should target. Now, how in the world does Jackson Dart get drafted to the Giants before Saquon? Before Shedeur? Look, I'm going to say this. I don't know where Shedeur is going. I don't know who he plays for. But I hope that whatever team he lands on, he balls the fuck out. It could be us. It could be us. It could be us. You know what I mean? We could quite possibly pick him up in the second round. It's a shock, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Browns got 33 pick, got the 33rd pick. He might go there. I don't know. It's a good thought. It's definitely a good thought process, but honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And what kills me about the Giants is the Giants have done the most with Shedeur. They've done the most with Shedeur. And, you know, hey, look, it don't matter if he dissed the Giants, right? It really don't matter. He dissed the whole NFL. If you really want to think about it, he probably dissed the whole NFL. But I don't know how they come to the conclusion that Shedeur is a bad leader. I don't know how they figure that out. I just don't. I don't know how the Giants is just like, oh, we're going to go with Jackson Dart. But I do understand, because I said the Giants will probably go with Jackson Dart before they ever draft a black quarterback, no matter who it is. And I believe you can go through the Giants' history of all the years they've been in the NFL. I don't think they've ever drafted a black quarterback. You know what I mean? I don't ever remember them ever drafting a black quarterback. Having one, because Geno played there. Okay, cool. But I don't think I've ever seen them draft a black quarterback. I don't think I've ever seen that. So, hey, look. Hey, Ja, I hope we do. I hope we do get him. Honestly, I want Shedeur. I do. I think he's the perfect guy to sit behind Geno and take over in like 2 years. And God forbid that Geno went down, I believe Shedeur could step in and play. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't understand. Well, I guess I do understand. I can't say I don't understand. I do understand the hate. It's hate. It's what it is. It's hate. They hate his father, so they're going to hate on him. You know what I mean? They already hated on his brother. At minimum, Shiloh should have at least been invited to the combine. At minimum. But this ain't the Sanders show. You know what I mean? This ain't the Sanders show. This is Dirty Raider show. We talking about Raider Draft Day review. Now, Ashton Jeanty is a player who could be phenomenal. You know what I mean? He thinks, I think the kid can be phenomenal with the proper line in front of him. Because everything he was doing in college, you're not doing that in the NFL. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You're not doing that like you were doing it in college, bro. So, I saw a question. Anthony Estrada had a real honest question and opinion. You don't think Aiden is a great backup? No, I don't. I don't think he's a great backup. You can't look. That's an oxymoron. You cannot be great and a backup. It's not. That's like saying I came in first, second place. No. No, nigga, you came in second. There is no first, second place because there's no second place. You came in second. So do I think he's a serviceable backup? Yes. But put the word great? Nah. You can't put the word great on a backup. You know what I mean? That's like saying, "Oh man, I almost set the world record." You know what I mean for track and field on the 400 meters, but I lost to the other guy who set the record by like 0.3 of a second. Well, motherfucker, you didn't set the record. The guy who beat you did. So it wasn't really there wasn't no reason to bring it up. You know? So I think Saints go. Hey, look, if the Saints wanted Sanders, they would have took him in the first round. You know what I mean? If the Saints wanted Sanders, they would have took him in the first round. Them not drafting Shedeur tells me that Derek Carr is going to play. And they took my guy, bro. They took my motherfucking guy, bro. They took my guy, Kelvin Banks Jr. You know what I mean? Watch that offensive line be something, man. Watch that offensive line be something. What it do, black and grayed out? My brother, salute to you, man. You know what I mean? OG, Chronicles of the Black Hole. What's good with you, brother? Hope all is well, man. Hope you're feeling good. You know what I mean? He said Aiden is a top 5 backup easy. Yeah, but still, backup is not great. You can't put the word great on the word backup. He's a good backup quarterback. You can't be great and be a backup. You know what I mean? I'm thinking the same thing, Zerk. I'm thinking the same thing, man. If he's still there, there's probably a good chance that they take him. Yeah, my guy was taken, bro. The Saints took him, bro. The Saints took my guy. He said, Josh says, facts, man. And damn Queefs took my guy, left guard. Yeah, man. Hey, look, they needed a guard too, bro. And I hate the fact that they got Simmons, man. That just bolsters their offensive line and makes them look that much better. And I fucking hate it. You know what I mean? I hate it. Yep, I think he's playing too. Their staff just definitely in the same page. Yeah, I think DC is gonna play. Do you think Genty will do better than Josh Jacobs in the first year? Probably not. Probably not. And I'm just being honest about that. I'm not trying to shit on Genty. Like I said, I like the kid. You know what I mean? I think he can be an extremely phenomenal player. But do I think his rookie year to be anything like Josh Jacobs? Probably not. He said, if you were a GM, would you have picked Banks? If I was the GM, Quam, yes. I probably would have taken Kelvin Banks Jr. Really, truthfully, I would have taken Kelvin Banks Jr. I would have. Simply because I feel like the line can be better. Look, it's not the worst line in the NFL. You know what I mean? It's not the worst, you know what I mean? But I would have still taken the offensive lineman. And that's just me, man, because I feel like I don't really have that much faith in the offensive line that we have. You know what I mean? So for me, yeah, I would have, being honest, yeah, I would have taken him. I would have taken him. Yes. Wild Turkey, what it do? Charm City, what's good with you, man? Sebastian, what's good with you, Brody? Blessings to you. He said, I'm hyped. I'm fucking hyped. Back to back smart picks. Hell yeah. Look, I'm not mad at the pick. I like the pick. I do. I just feel like in order for this pick to go somewhere, you got to address that offensive line. You got to. You know what I mean? You got to. And that's just being honest. He said, what do I think about Wilkerson's foot injury? Baby Vet, to be honest, I don't think about it, man. I don't think about it. Just because there's time, you know what I mean? There's time between now and when he has to be available and ready to go. So I'm really not paying a whole lot of attention to it right now. As we get closer, then I'll start to really really dive into his injury a little bit more. Says line could always be better, but Genty could be generational. Also, the nation would have been pissed at Banks at 6. Yeah, they probably would have been pissed at Banks at 6. That's true. That's true. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. I'm not here to appease the fans, bro. I shoot from the hip and I shoot straight. You've never seen me sugarcoat nothing for nobody. You've never seen me bullshit around the block for nobody, bro. I shoot it straight. And I think that's why people fuck with me, because I keep it real, bro. I shoot it straight. I don't really change up too much of anything. I might offer various different opinions and options, but what I feel and what I want, I technically stick to it. And yes, I wanted a lineman. I'm not going to lie. I wanted a lineman, but I'm not mad at the pick. You know what I mean? I'm not unhappy with the pick. I'm not mad at the pick. I don't have nothing bad to say about the pick. What I would like I said, what I want them to do now is, if you really want this pick to be the end all be all, as they say, it's time to address that line. It's time to address that offensive line. And that's just being real. There's still gems in the second round and the third. Let's grab best available and fill them holes. I can't say grab best available all the time, man. You know what I mean? That's the one thing. I can't say, grab the best available. I definitely wouldn't take Milroe. I'm just being honest about that. I wouldn't take Milroe. I'd stay clear and far away from Milroe as I possibly could. I'd rather go Shedeur than Milroe on my roster. You know what I mean? He said, nation be mad at a lot of things, though fans need to chill and relax sometimes. But yeah, they do. You know what I mean? They do. They do. It gets crazy. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying, man. It's a good pick. But if you don't put something substantial up front to block for this kid, the pick is for nothing. The pick is for nothing. You're going to waste his career just like the Lions did Barry Sanders. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't. If you don't have a complete fundamental team to make it all work and go together, then it's all for nothing. You know what I mean? Then it's all for nothing. Taking Genty means Raiders can't be making more mistakes because we in a short time to get it right. Man, we've been on the shortest fuse to get it right. Tragedy turned triumph. TTT. You know what I mean? Triple T, bro. We've been on the shortest fuse for so long to get this shit right, man. The shortest fuse for so long to get this shit right, bro. You know what I mean? They should have stopped fucking up years ago. And that's just being real. That's just being straightforward. That's being honest with you. You know, you think the Browns take Sanders? They got first and fourth pick in the second round. They probably will. There's a strong chance that they will, right? I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried. Look, I like Shedeur. I would like to get Shedeur, but I'm not pressing the issue to get Shedeur. I'm not. But if the Raiders are, then they need to do something about it, because for a minute they was trying to trade AOC. They was trying to get him out the building. So I don't know what changed since then. People say, oh, you know what? They kind of doing him like they did Jamie Foxx on Any Given Sunday, man. Oh, he arrogant. He don't want to play no ball. He don't want to do this. He's a bad leader. Well, I haven't heard any of Shedor's teammates say he was a bad leader. Barry had a Hall of Fame career, but what did the team do? See, I don't give a shit what Barry Sanders' individual stats were. What did his team do? How many Super Bowls did they win? How many did they appear in? How many playoff games did they win when he was there? You know, so it's like, you know what I mean? Cool. Barry Sanders is a Hall of Famer. Yay. But what did he do for the team? What did the fan base get out of it? Oh, we got Barry. Cool. You got any rings? You got any hardware? No? And what are we talking about? I don't give a shit about Hall of Fame players. I give a shit about hoisting the Lombardi. I give a shit about being a champion. If I send 5 motherfuckers to the Hall of Fame, but I go 4 and something every fucking year, you think I'm happy about that? Nah, man, I'm not. And you shouldn't be. Because their success of going to the Hall of Fame has no bearing on you. You know what I mean? So Browns could take a number of combinations. And Houston might grab one of our needs, but we will get a top dog no matter what Browntown does. Hey, look, give me the Super Bowl for real, bro. I'm with you, Sebastian. Give me the Super Bowl over the Hall of Fame player all day, every day, bro. Individual success is not the overall end all be for this game, man. No, I didn't say the Lions ruined Barry. You didn't listen. You didn't hear what I said. So you took one section and you closed off another section and then you added another section to it. It's not what I said. I said, where was their success? Barry had success, but where is the team's success? And yes, they did ruin Barry. If we want to be legit about it, yes, they did ruin him. He retired early because they didn't want to trade him and they didn't want to put no blocking in front of him. Barry Sanders could have been by far the best rushing and leading rusher forever and ever and ever and ever. But he retired because the team didn't want to build any protection in front of him. So he quit because he didn't want to play there anymore. He wanted to get traded. They blocked the trade. They told him the only way he was ever going to play football in NFL was going to be in a Detroit Lions jersey. So in actuality, they did ruin it. And no, their O-line was trash. You can go look at it. They had one year where their O-line was decent. Not good, but decent. So yes, if you want to say that I said that they ruined him, then yeah, I'll stick with that. They ruined him. He could have been so much more, so much better had they just put some protection in front of him. And that's the truth. Megatron left for the same reason. And he was a wide receiver, bro. He was a wide receiver and he left for the same reason. They fucked him over. Thank you, Wild Turkey. Look, I don't dislike you 2-5 because you got it. You're entitled to your opinion. That's the way this show works. But don't put words in my mouth. That's the only thing I don't like. Don't put words in my mouth. Hear what I say. I'm not spitting no shit. I'm not a female, so I'm not spitting no shit for you to read between the lines. I don't do that shit. I spit it straight at you. So please, by all means, use the words that I use, brother. Don't think that I'm trying to say something else. That's not what I said. I meant what I said. I said what I meant. And if you look at the reality of the situation, the Detroit Lions ruined Barry Sanders. They could have easily traded him and got a whole lot for him, bro. But they didn't want to. They wanted to be selfish. You can ask Megatron, bro. That franchise was selfish. There was games where he really wasn't supposed to play, but oh man, we gonna pay you a little extra. We gonna give you an injection, and you can go out there and play. And that's the reality. That's the truth. If you think it's anything more than that, then you weren't around for football. You haven't been around for football as long as me. Just saying. If you don't know anything about that, it means you haven't been watching football as long as me. So, and I ain't even talking highlights. I'm talking real life games watching. You know, Raider Loso, what's good with you, man? Blessings, man. Who you think the target in the second and the third? At this point, second or third, one of them need to be a lineman, bro. One of them needs to be a lineman, corner, wide receiver, quarterback. I don't really care at this point. I don't care. I want every pick that we pick to be somebody that can come in and be a game changer, man. That's all I want. I just want players and game changers. That's it. That's all I care about, man. I'm not into the names anymore. I'm not into the stats anymore, man. I'm into this guy that you're bringing in. Is he a dog? And is he a game changer? Those are my two questions. If I'm a GM, those are my two questions. Are you a dog and are you a game changer? That's all I'm going to ask him. I don't care shit about nothing else. I don't care if your right foot is a half inch shorter than your left foot. Fuck cares. I don't care if you flash Rolexes. So what? I got a Rolex too. I'm a general manager. I don't care about off the field antics. Being honest. If it's not major, I don't care about it. You didn't molest nobody. You didn't rape nobody. You didn't kill nobody. You didn't rob nobody. Like, what do I care? What you say on social media, do on social media, it has no bearing on the game. Hey, look, Raider Pete, you ain't lying. If you Jerry Jones, measurements matter. But I'm not Jerry Jones. Hey, look. And Will Johnson is still sitting there. He'll be there in the second round. You know what I mean? Will Johnson's still sitting there. He hasn't been drafted. He's probably sliding because of the turf toe. That's something that it takes to get over. You know what I mean? He said, speaking of straight shooter, is there a slow-mo video to celebrate drafting best available again? You know what? I haven't had time. You know what I mean? I haven't had time, but let's see. Let me find one for you, man. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate Genty getting. Let's celebrate Genty getting this. Look, I know there's y'all got some favorites in here too. I know y'all do. I'm gonna give y'all favorite one. Let's go with this one. There you go, man. Congratulations. I've been a Raider fan since '69 and had 2 season tickets, row 4 of the Black Hole in Oakland. I feel what you're saying. Hey, look, man. That's real life, Sacktown. That's real life, man. You know what I mean? That's real life, bro. I'm just saying. He said, who's still available that we could draft? There's a ton of people available, Navy vet. It's a ton of people. See, that's the thing. There's a lot of talent in this draft, bro, across the board, any position. You know what I mean? You got your running back already. There was no other running back that was even close to Genty in this draft, bro. You know what I mean? So for me, you got the running back. You know what I mean? You got the best running back available. Now, you know what I mean? D-Minutes. What's good with you, Brody? Hey, Raiders. I can't be too loud because it's almost 12 o'clock. My kids got to go to school in the morning. We just got home from getting my daughter's hair done for prom. So I can't be too loud. You know what I mean? Hey, Wild Turkey, I know everybody does, man. Everybody loves them, man. You know what I mean? But sure enough, appreciate you, D-Minutes, my guy, man. You know what I mean? Blessings as always. Real honesty, next few days, get O-lineman, receiver, replace the defensive players we lost in free agency. You could do that. You could do that. You know what I mean? He said if we get Sanders, bro. Hey, look, if we do, cool. You know what I mean? If we don't, I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna be mad about it, but I really think that Shedeur is gonna take this sliding shit to heart, and Brody's gonna come out and ball his ass off, man. Brody gonna come out and ball his ass off. I already knew he was gonna ball out regardless, but now he just got more ammo to ball out even more, bro. You know what I mean? As I told y'all before, I'll take the Sanders brothers, bro. I'll take both of them. I'll take Shiloh later in the draft, 6th, 7th round. I'll take Shiloh. You know what I mean? I'll take Shedeur too. That's fine with me, man. Facts, this draft needs to be a grand slam for the franchise to turn around. Hey, it has to be. It has to be. It can't be anything else. You know what I mean? It says, be honest, I'd rather get the D right at the point, though, because I think the offense will fix itself now. I don't know if the offense will fix itself now. I honestly don't. Hey, look, I feel you. I feel you on that 2-5. I feel you on that. If Sanders is available when we pick tomorrow and we don't draft him, it is a damn shame. But the fact that he's still around in the 2nd round is a damn shame already. I'm just being honest. I think the kid got a bad break, bro. I think he's getting a bad break just because of who his father is. I really don't think there's any real knock on his game. Honestly, I don't see the knock on his game that he takes too many sacks. You're going to take a lot of sacks when you have the worst offensive line in college. You know what I mean? 1A, 2A, 3A. You know what I mean? I honestly don't see why this kid is sliding to the 2nd round. Like, I just don't see it, bro. And it's hate. I really think it's hate, and it's not hate on him. It's hate on his father. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jackson Dart to the Giants at 25. I already knew the Giants was going to take Jackson Dart because they've never drafted a black quarterback ever in their existence, and they're not going to start now. They're not. I'm dead serious about that. Shedeur is a way better quarterback than Jackson Dart. And that's a fact. The Giants are just going to suck even more, bro. They're going to suck even more, bro. I'm just being honest about that. Hey, look, The Browns are fine, bro. The Browns are fine. The Browns did exactly what I expected the Browns to do. They did exactly what I expected them to do. So you would really like this draft with running back Sanders and a fixed O-line? Yeah, I would. I would like this draft if we just got a running back, Sanders, and a fixed O-line. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I honestly think the defense can fix itself more than the offense can. I think the defense needs a few pieces, of course. You know what I mean? But we got enough picks in this draft to really address those needs. You know? I don't want another running back. You know what I mean? I don't want another running back. I'm fine with the running back we got. I don't need no extras. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't want no extra running backs. I'm okay. You know what I mean? You got your workhorse, and then you got your other guys. Wide receiver is a need. That is true. Wide receiver is definitely a need. Need to address the wide receiver, the O-line, the cornerbacks. Really needed a corner. I'm gonna be honest about it. We really need a corner. We need a corner like yesterday, bro. You know what I mean? He says, screw it, get Sanders at 37, and then all O-line and D-line for the rest of the picks. Championships are won in the trenches. They are, but we need a corner. We need a corner. We need at least one corner, bro. We need one of these top corners, and then we'll be fine from there. You know what I mean? I think we'll be fine from there. So, me, like I said, I didn't come in to hold you guys up for forever. It's just a quick 45-minute show. Just addressing, hey, look, Raiders are actually showing signs of maturity, showing signs of really wanting to win now. I think that the Ashton Jeanty pick was a really great pick, was a solid pick. I won't call it a home run just yet or a grand slam. I'm not saying that just yet. But what I will say is that's at least a triple. That's at least a triple right now. So we got a man on third. You know what I mean? He said, watch we get stuck with the other Sanders for that DB spot. Look, it wouldn't be bad to get stuck with Shiloh, bro. I'm being honest, bro. It wouldn't be bad to get Shiloh. Shiloh was a much better defensive back than what they give him credit for. He played hurt a lot last year, you know what I mean? So he missed a lot of time. He had some injuries. He missed a lot of time. But Shiloh was actually a much better defensive back than what people give him credit for. He's big. He's not afraid to hit. He can get his hands on the ball. He's getting faster. You know what I mean? I like Shiloh. I like Shiloh. I've liked Shiloh for a very long time, man. You know what I mean? Since they were at Jackson State, I watched Shiloh, and I like Shiloh, bro. I really do. I like Shiloh. So, you know, they're both solid. Nobody owes you money, Raider Paul. Nobody. Don't you owe me some money? I mean, motherfucker, don't you owe me some money? No, but here you go. I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on Shiloh in the 6th or the 7th. I wouldn't. And I don't know what you're talking about, people who owes you money. You know what I mean? I don't know maybe Vegas owe you money. Raider Paul, I said it, Jeanty. Bro, you're late, bro. You know, as much as I respect you, bro, you're late. I don't care who says, oh, I said Jeanty. Every Raider fan is going to tell you, oh, I said this. Oh, I called this. So what? So what? I called it before you. I called it before you. I called it in week 3. Did you call it that early? If you didn't call it before me in week 3, then you ain't call it. Just saying. If you ain't call it in week 3, you ain't call it before me. That's the reality of it. You said Shedeur. So what? I said a lot of things. I said Jeanty. I said Shedeur. I said Kelvin Banks. I said Will Campbell. Any one of those guys would have been fine with me. My thing is, week 3, I saw our running game was trash. I was like, I'm looking at college, and I'm like, this guy right here is a beast. If they can get him in the draft, we talking something great. But then I started looking at the offensive line and was like, oh, these niggas is trash. This old line is trash. I don't really like this line. This line need to be bolstered. But then I looked at our quarterback situation and was like, oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. These guys, bro, I'm not rolling into next year. Told everyone he garbage. When did I say that? Pull that up. Pull that up. By all means, please pull up that video evidence where I said Jeanty was garbage, because I've never said Jeanty was garbage. Never said Jeanty was garbage. I just said I didn't want a running back in the top 10. You know what I mean? Oh, you said that. Yeah. You know what I mean? You said he was garbage. I didn't say he was garbage. You can say Shedeur's garbage all you want. But here's the thing. I don't call players garbage. I don't call them garbage. I don't call them trash. I call them not good. But it's really hard to sit at home in front of a TV and watch somebody play in a sport on a professional level, get paid millions of dollars. It's really hard to call them garbage, bro. They might not be the best. They're not really that great. You can't call them garbage. Dart played 3 seasons as QB and threw for over 10,000 yards. So what? What does that mean? What does that mean? You know how many quarterbacks have done the same shit in college and didn't do nothing? You want to go look at Jamarcus Russell's college stats? Got to the NFL and didn't do shit. Y'all got to stop talking, oh, man, because, oh, he did this in college. So what? He played for a bum-ass school. His school was trash, bro. I don't give a shit what you tell me. His school is trash. And they don't play nobody. I'm just saying, bro, they don't play nobody, bro. They don't play no real teams, dude. He's trash. Until he proves me wrong, bro, I'm going to say it right now because I just said I really don't say this shit. I don't trust Jackson Dart. I don't think he's that good. I don't think his career is going to last that long. I don't. He has horrible footing. His footwork needs so much. You got to tear his whole footwork down, rebuild it, and start over. Because it's not going to pan out in the NFL. He beat Georgia. So what? You act like Georgia was the top dog in the college this year. They wasn't. That's what I'm saying. Y'all look at the names of these schools. But bro, they weren't that good. And that's just being honest, bro. They weren't that good. Now, you could like Jackson Dart and have your opinion on him, and that's cool. That's fine. But don't sit here and tell me that he's better than Shedeur, and he's not. He's just not. Okay, we the people. That's your thought. I'll even bet you right now. I'll bet you right now, bro. $50, bro. I'll bet you $50 right now that Shedeur has a better rookie year than fucking Jackson Dart. I guarantee you. Matter of fact, I'll be putting money on it that the Giants don't win more than 5 games. At best, 5 games. At best. Jackson Dart is not what everybody thinks he is. Now, I'm not gonna call the kid trash. I'll retract my trash statement. But he's not as good as everybody thinks he is. So stop it. Stop it. He's not the guy. Especially if the Giants picked him, he's not the guy. Because they don't know how to draft a quarterback. They got lucky with Eli. Because they didn't draft Eli. They got lucky with Eli. Eli was traded to them. They don't know how to draft quarterbacks. They don't know what they're looking for. They have no idea how to use them. So that, just being honest. And you really think Jackson Dart is going to play? Seriously? Seriously? Nah, bro. He's not coming into camp beating Russell Wilson. He's not. He's in the same category as Mahomes, Hurts, Allen, and Big. No, he's not. You're crazy, bro. You can't put somebody who's never thrown a ball in the NFL in a category with them. You're crazy, bro. You're crazy, bro. You're crazy. You're crazy, bro. You're crazy, bro. And you know I respect you, we the people, but that is crazy, bro. You cannot put a rookie in the same category with somebody who is proven in the NFL. He hasn't done anything. Only quarterback to score 100 on that test. What test? What test are we talking? You think I care about a piece of paper test that they give you? Hell nah, bro. That's crazy, bro. You already ready to crown this man a king, and he don't even play for your team. You want to put a crown on a man that don't even play for your team. Talking about he's in the same, he's nowhere near that category, bro. If he scored 100 on the SAT, Sebastian, he's stupid. He's stupid. Shit, I think they give you $450 for getting your name right, right? Don't they give you 450 points just for getting your name right? Just for writing your name on the test and spelling it correctly, they give you 450 points. 100 on the star predictor test. So what, bro? That's predictions are not the same. Predictions are not facts, bro. You know what I mean? Predictions, the predictor test. I don't care who made the list. I don't care who made the list, bro. None of that means anything to me. Until you throw a ball in the NFL, until you play a play in the NFL, nothing counts. Nothing counts. Everything you did before you got here does not transfer over. And that's the reality. Your college stats don't transfer to the NFL. It don't. I'm not hating. The reality is you're putting this man in a category he doesn't deserve to be in. That's all I'm saying. You're putting a man in a category he does not deserve to be in. He hasn't earned the right to be in that category. And he's not better than Shedeur Sanders. He's not. And that's my opinion. When I look at it, it's not the same. It's not the same, bro. And if you want to be honest, his wide receivers bailed him out a whole lot, bro. His wide receivers bailed him out a whole lot. Because one of the things that I know Jackson Dart to do is to throw motherfucking ducks. I seen this deep ball. That shit is a duck. And that should get picked off in the NFL all day long. It ain't about what you know up here. It's about what you can do when it gets here. Can you do it here? You know how many people know a whole lot of shit up here and can't do it on the field? They call them coaches. They're called coaches. So what do you know it up here? Can you take it from here and put it on the field and from here? Can you do that? It doesn't matter what's in between the mind. If you can't get it out of the mind to put it out there, then what? See, that's why I'm not the biggest content creator on YouTube. Because what I have up here, I can't always pull out and put on the screen. You know, there's certain limitations that I have of things that I can and cannot do. My mind can conceive anything. It can pull information and retain it and lock in anything. Doesn't mean I know how to do everything that my brain knows. That's the reality. That's just the reality. Now, if I take the time to figure it out and honed it down and mastered it, cool. But I don't think he's mastered being a quarterback yet, because his footwork is sloppy and he throws ducks. His footwork is sloppy and he throws ducks. And people are going to say I'm racist with this comment. I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm just being honest. I think the only reason Jackson Dart is getting any credit is because the two quarterbacks above him were black. And they had to find a white boy quarterback to put in the ranks. Truthfully, just being honest. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. It's the reality. It's the reality. It's just the reality. Sanders is slow. So is Jackson Dart. He's not fast. Did he run a 4.3 at the combine? Is he blazing speed? No, he's not. We keep talking about this guy that don't even fucking play for us. He's not even in our division. I can care less about the kid. I can care less about him. But the reality of the situation is, like I said, the Giants will never draft a black quarterback. They won't. They won't. They'll sign one, but they'll never draft one. That won't happen. He's not faster than Sanders, bro. He's not faster than Sanders. I don't care what you say. He's not faster than Sanders. I don't believe that. Show me 40 times. Oh, wait. You can't. Because Shedeur didn't run the 40. Shedeur is not a running quarterback. Shedeur is the type of quarterback who's going to scramble around and make plays with his arm. You put their films on, their films aren't even compatible. They're two different quarterbacks. So you can't say, oh, well, his film is this, his film is... No, they're two different quarterbacks. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you, man. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. You can feel however you want to feel. You can ride the balls and suck the dicks of Jackson Dart all you want to, bro. But the reality of the situation is you have no idea what this kid is capable of until he gets to the NFL. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. It's the same way I feel about any player coming to the NFL. Yeah, you got there. What are you going to do when you get there? What are you going to do when you time to touch the field? I'm just saying, if he's so good, he should start game one, right? He's going to be the Giants starting quarterback, right? He's that good. Jackson Dart is so good that he's going to get the starting quarterback job, right? He's going to start game one and the whole season for the Giants, right? That's what you're telling me? That's what you're telling me, right? He's going to start over Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, right? He's going to start over both of them, right? He's so good. He's so good. So if he's not going to start over him, don't tell me nothing about him. If you can't come into the NFL and take the starting job, you're not good. If you can't beat Russell Wilson, you're definitely not good. You can't beat Jameis Winston, you're not good. But I bet you if Sanders was there, he could beat Russell Wilson for the starting job. I think he could. But if you can't beat Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston out for the starting job, you're not good. And that's the truth. You're not. Because neither of them are good in my book. Neither of them are good in my book. You got one as an interception king in Jameis Winston. For every one touchdown he throws 2 interceptions. His talent and his shitty-ass interviews is what made him fall. No, it's not. His talent had nothing to do with him falling. Had everything to do with who his daddy is. That's all I'm saying, man. Captain Point, what's good with you, Brody, man? Blessings to you, man. Thank you for becoming a member to the YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Respect, appreciation, man. As always, I don't know if it was me or if you went to, or if that's Loon, because it's got a link to it. It's got a link on it. I don't know if that's mine or if that's Loon. You know what I mean? With you that take. I still don't know yet, Mike Town, Sacktown. I still don't know yet, bro. May 7th. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I think my nephew's 16th birthday is that day. I think my nephew's 16th birthday party is that day. So if that is the case, then no, I won't be out there because he's out here in Ontario. Hey, Captain Point, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, Brody. For real, I appreciate that, man. I said, bro, I'm just being honest, man. I'm just literally being honest, man. The Raiders is all I care about, man. The Raiders did their damn thing today. Now, if they can build, you know what I mean? If they can build that offensive lineup, they'll be fine. They'll be great. You got to address the O-line. You need to find a wide receiver, a corner, and then you can do whatever you want to do after that. Look, O-lineman next. If they don't take Shador, get an O-lineman next. Get a wide receiver. Because look, there's more wide receivers available than there are good offensive linemen. So your next pick, if you're going to address the offensive line, your next pick needs to be the offensive line. And that's just being real. There's some good linemen, but as you see, they're coming off the board quick in the first round. So they're not going to be around a lot in the second round. So you might want to get you a really good offensive lineman in the second round. And in the third round, you may want to address, a corner or a wide receiver. That's my thought. You know what I mean? Hey, Russell Wilson is decent. He's not great. He's serviceable. That's it. He's not great. I'm the one person. I think I'm the one person in this world that honestly believes Russell Wilson isn't a Hall of Fame quarterback. I might be, and I've said it for years. I said it when I was still doing shows with docs. I said it. He's not a Hall of Famer. And I meant it then, and I mean it now. Russell Wilson is not a Hall of Fame quarterback. Sorry. Just because you won a Super Bowl don't make you a Hall of Fame quarterback. You know what I mean? For sure, Wild Turkey. Yeah, it's bedtime for me too, man. You know what I mean? I've been here an hour. It's 12:35. It's almost 1 o'clock. I got to get up at 5:30 to take the kids to school. So I'm getting ready to end it up in a minute. You know, I was only supposed to do 45, but I got to – sometimes I just got to pass on the information in my brain. You know what I mean? So I sure enough appreciate everybody pulling up, hanging out with me for an hour, man. Let me give y'all something to leave to, man. You know what I mean? Let me throw something out there real quick, man. Which one we want to do? We'll do this.
I got my receipts, you know I can prove it. The proof's in the pudding, don't make me do it. Don't waste my time or I'ma lose it. I just counted 50,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, man, it's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing. You know what I mean? 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated. You know what I mean? More than I can verbally express. I will be back tomorrow night. We will talk about round 2 and 3 and who we brought in. Hopefully Loon is available tomorrow night. I know Brody did a all day, you know what I mean, type thing today. Probably exhausted. I'm gonna try and slap in with him tomorrow, you know what I mean, during the draft, but I'll definitely be here after the draft to give my breakdown, man, give my true feelings, my honest opinion on how it is and what we're looking at, you know what I mean. As always, man, no matter how much it rains, you can never stop the sun from shining. Fuck who hates you. Who fucking loves you, man? I greatly appreciate y'all as always, man. Go get your motherfucking sunshine. We out. Peace.